Today, this building stands as a recognizable symbol of global stability and American power, but its actual history is entirely defined by near destruction, dark secrets, and the profound sacrifices of unrecognized laborers. In 1792, President George Washington approved the construction of a new presidential residence, but he never actually lived there. The winning design came from Irish architect James Hoban, kicking off a grueling 8-year construction process. The workforce hauling the sandstone and raising the walls was largely comprised of immigrants and enslaved African Americans. The physical foundation of this residence was laid by people who were denied their own freedom. By the year 1800, America's second president, John Adams, became the first person to move in. While we expect presidential transitions to be highly organized, Adams arrived at an active, noisy construction zone, with laborers still hammering away outside his windows. There were no grand gardens, no formal Oval Office, and practically none of the refined comforts we associate with the mansion today. The structure sat isolated on empty plots of muddy land, completely lacking the high fences and defensive fortifications that protect the modern presidency. In its earliest days, this was a fragile, unfinished experiment sitting in the mud. Skip forward just 14 years to August 1814. The War of 1812 is raging, and a foreign army is marching directly toward the capital. In a massive breach of national security, British troops easily enter Washington, D.C., completely unopposed. They set the presidential mansion on fire, and the raging flames entirely consume the furniture, historic documents, and rooms. When the smoke finally cleared, almost everything inside was destroyed. Only the heavy, scorched sandstone walls remained standing. A popular myth claims the building was painted white specifically to cover up those scorch marks. In reality, workers had already painted the porous sandstone white years earlier to protect it from freezing weather damage. The building wasn't officially titled the White House until 1901, when President Theodore Roosevelt formally adopted the name. The catastrophe of 1814 could have ended the young government. Instead, the rebuilding process accidentally cemented the permanent visual identity we recognize today. Over the centuries, that restored stone shell evolved into a highly active, self-sustaining microcity, containing over 130 rooms, multiple kitchens, and full medical facilities. But the real operational power lies directly beneath the public lawns, hidden away inside heavily restricted classified zones. This diagram illustrates the PEOC, the Presidential Emergency Operations Center. It operates as a secure underground bunker to ensure the president's survival during national emergencies. These lowest levels operate with extreme isolation and secrecy. The public will never be granted access to these corridors. We saw the critical importance of this facility during the September 11th attacks, when senior government officials were immediately evacuated into the bunker as a precaution. Scaling back up to the surface, the building holds on to its past in other ways. Decades of visitors and staff claim to hear mysterious footsteps in the hallways, with many insisting they've seen the ghost of Abraham Lincoln. From a muddy construction site to an underground fortress, today the White House serves as a living, scarred survivor that perfectly mirrors America's darkest hours and its ongoing endurance.